Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something huge, a foundational industry that's facing a bit of a silent crisis. It's got a massive disconnect with the very people who are supposed to be its future. Yeah, we're talking about life insurance.
All right, so what does that mean, a quiet crisis? This isn't some dramatic market crash you're going to see splashed all over the news. Nope, this is something way deeper. It's a fundamental breakdown, a total disconnect in communication, and frankly, in value, between a product that's been around for centuries and a whole new generation that is just rewriting all the rules of life.
So, that brings us to the big question, right? Why is life insurance losing the next generation? This is the mystery we're really going to unpack today. It's a story all about changing values, shifting priorities, and a product that, well, for a lot of people, it just hasn't kept up.
Okay, Section 1, a new life path. To really get to the bottom of this problem, we've got to start with how the very idea of life has completely changed for millions of people. I mean, the old playbook, it just doesn't apply anymore.
For decades, the life insurance industry was built on this super predictable formula, right? It was like clockwork. You get married, you have kids, you buy a policy. Simple. These big life events were the triggers, the moments an agent would call. And you know what? That model worked for generations. But today, that script has been completely torn up and thrown out the window.
So what's really going on here? Well, the data's pretty staggering. Check this out. A huge report from Capgemini and Limra found that 63% of consumers under 40 have no immediate plans for marriage. Think about that. That first super important traditional trigger for buying a policy, for most of the market, it's just gone. And it goes even deeper. An absolutely staggering 84%, 84, aren't planning on having kids anytime soon. So when your whole product is designed to protect a spouse you don't have and kids you're not planning for, well, the entire sales pitch just completely falls apart, doesn't it?
And the result of all this is pretty simple. The old reasons for buying insurance just don't match up with this new generation's reality. The fundamental why, the whole point of it, has basically evaporated, and it leaves behind a product that just feels, well, irrelevant.
All right, Section 2, the core disconnect. So it's not just that people's life paths have changed, the problem is actually baked right into the product itself. And that creates this core disconnect between what's being sold and what people actually need today.
This quote from the research just hits the nail on the head. It's a bit like trying to sell a landline phone in the age of smartphones. I mean, perfect, right? The product itself feels like an anachronism. Sure, the basic idea is still there, financial protection, but the design, the features, the way it's sold, it all feels totally out of sync with our digital-first, experience-driven world.
And when you actually ask people, hey, why aren't you buying this? The reasons form a really clear pattern. It's not just one thing. It's this kind of three-way deadlock. You've got misalignment. This just doesn't fit my life. You've got cost. I have way more pressing things to spend my money on. And then there's a complete lack of immediate benefits. What does this do for me right now?
And that really is the heart of it, isn't it? When you're juggling student loans, trying to navigate the gig economy, maybe saving for a down payment, the promise of a payout that you will literally never see yourself feels like a distant luxury. It's not a present-day necessity.
Okay, Section 3, from death to living benefits. So if the old model is broken, what do people want? Well, the answer requires a complete paradigm shift for the whole industry. It means moving the focus from the end of life to the here and now. The solution really requires this fundamental pivot, moving from a death benefit to a living benefit. What does that mean? It means shifting the focus away from protecting a family you might have one day to actively supporting the life you have right now. It's all about trading a distant payout for tangible, immediate value. So what does a living benefit actually look like in the real world? Well, imagine a policy that gives you emergency cash if you lose your job, or one that actually lowers your premium for hitting your fitness goals. Think about coverage that helps with modern needs, like fertility treatments, or a policy that's portable and moves with you from gig to gig. This is insurance reimagined, as a partner in your financial wellness, not just a safety net for someone else. All right, Section 4, the path forward. So now that we've diagnosed the problem and we've identified what consumers actually want, let's look at the prescription. This is the path forward, and it's going to require both a digital and a human revolution. First things first, there is a massive technology gap that has to be overcome. Nearly 60% of younger consumers say they want to engage with their insurers digitally, but only about a third of companies actually offer solid digital platforms. I mean, that is a huge missed opportunity to meet customers where they already are, which is on their phones.
Now, fixing this is going to take more than just one single change. The path forward really involves reinventing the entire experience, and it's built on these three core pillars of transformation. Okay, step one. It starts with the product itself. Policies need to become flexible, adaptable. That means simple, online underwriting that takes minutes, not weeks, and maybe even gamified elements where your good financial habits earn you real, tangible rewards.
Next up, step 2. The human element has to evolve. The advisor is still absolutely vital, but the role has to shift. Imagine using AI-driven insights so they can become true financial consultants offering hyper-personalized guidance, not just a one-size-fits-all sales pitch. And the final piece of the puzzle, step 3, break insurance out of its silo. The future is all about embedding it into the platforms people already use and trust. Think about getting coverage offered seamlessly when you get a mortgage from your bank, or as a feature inside your favorite wellness app. Suddenly, it stops being this product you have to go out and actively seek, and it just becomes an integrated part of your financial life. Ultimately, as this generation gets ready to inherit literally trillions of dollars in wealth, the question isn't if they're going to need financial products. That's a given. The real question is, who's going to be bold enough to build the ones they actually want to buy? The future belongs to the companies that stop selling a story about the past and start building a totally new one.